Welcome to Mum Abroad's YouTube channel, where I'm joined today by Dzhangar Sanzhiev. He's originally from the Republic of Kalmykia. He moved to Germany with his wife and two young daughters in 2016 for a work assignment with a multinational corporation. 4 years later, he quit his job and he founded his own company. In early March 2021, he launched MatchFamilies, an app to help families find and connect with other compatible families and to make friends. Hi, Dzhangar.
Hi, Jane. Thank you for your invitation.
Thank you for joining me. After having lived and worked in the United States, Dzhangar, and Thailand, amongst other places, how would you say was your experience arriving in Germany?
Yeah, it was quite smooth, to be honest, because I moved within a multinational corporation, a relocation, so they took care of the move in general. But of course, as any international move, especially with the family, there were lots of challenges. So it's not easy. You have to adapt to new processes, systems. Germany is quite a bureaucratic country, so you need to register everywhere, and take care of all of the kind of general setting. But overall, I remember it was very exciting time, full of travel. So we like traveling, and Germany is located in Central Europe, so you can easily travel to neighboring countries like Netherlands or Belgium, France, Switzerland. And we like traveling by car, so we to be flexible, and both us and the kids enjoy it. And then the other challenges were like with the language, because kids needed to adapt at school, so we observe them to see how they are doing, is everything is good. But yeah, first experience was very, very positive, so we liked it here a lot. Yeah.
What would you say would have been your biggest challenge as a family?
Yeah, well, it's an interesting question, because we moved because of my work, and after 1 year of being in Germany, I asked my wife, who's a doctor, like, do you feel happy here in Germany? Do you think it's a good decision? And she would say, yeah, like it's great. I like everything here. Kids also enjoy another life here. Well, the only thing is that I'm missing my friends who we left in the home country, and I don't feel like I have a close friend here, like a shoulder to cry on and someone to talk to, really a close person. So she said, like, this is perhaps maybe a challenge. And I felt the same, like, I had a very well-paid job, everything is good, friends are not near me, so of course, talking to them by Skype video is a good solution, but you kind of naturally want to have a close friend here locally. So I would say that was one of the major challenges.
So in 2020, you took a leap into the unknown to start your own company. How did you develop the idea for MatchFamilies? I'm going to guess it's partly to do with the answer to the last question.
It is. Well, let me put it this way. I'm a very social person, so I like making connections with new people. And we used to do that very regularly. Of course, there are natural connections, like through kids, for example, and through kids' friends. So you get to know a family and start talking to them, exchange numbers with each other, and so forth. In other ways, through colleagues, for example, or in a sport club. But then, I remember these discussions at home. Like, we would meet a family. And have a discussion about it with my wife, like, hey, how did you like them? And she was like, yeah, well, this is really good. Here, maybe, well, not necessarily. Like, it takes time to understand people better, and whether there is a good match between us. And it's like a journey, because sometimes you would meet a family where they have very small kids, for example, and they don't want to play, or they will have boys, and we have two girls and also don't want to play. So sometimes it's pretty challenging. So when I thought, like, well, there must be a place, like an app maybe, or a website, where you could find like-minded people easily and quickly, and started to analyze, like, what options you have. Like, you have these traditional options, and you have like things like Facebook, for example, Facebook groups, which could be very helpful to make new connections. The problem there is that their profiles are individual profiles, so you don't know whether they have families there, kids, what are their interests. So it's a lot of unknown. So I was thinking like, okay, so there must be a family living here nearby around Düsseldorf area. This is where we live. A family of our age with kids of the same age, and ideally the gender, and of course, like-minded with similar interests. They would be also interested to go hiking or to go traveling by car like us, and I thought like it's 100% there are many families like that around here, and I thought like, what are my chances to meet those families? And I realized that they're close to zero because we were both busy at work. We have some connections, but it takes time and effort to meet new people. And what you realize with the time is that after 2 years, you may end up with the thought that we've been living here for 2 years and we don't have close friends. We have acquaintances, people we hang out with, but to say they're close friends, unlikely. So I thought like it's a big challenge for many people. And if there is no place where you can easily, quickly meet new people and make friends, like on families, and I decided it's worth creating one. So this is basically why I decided to quit my job and start my own business and create this app to help more people who are facing same challenges.
There are a huge number of apps out there to help single people find friends or partners. So I'm guessing that this is the first app for couples or families who want to broaden their circle of friends. Is that correct?
Correct. That's exactly the idea. I thought like you're right, thousands of apps for singles to find friends or partners. But there's nothing really for families. As I said, we live in an individualistic society, so everything is me. But I'm a married person. It's not just me. It's me and my family, my kids and my wife. So I wanted, and I, of course, naturally want to make sure that everyone is happy when it comes to social life, and there are literally no specific tools or apps for families or couples with the purpose of finding friends, not partners, no dating or anything like that. Like more innocent things. Like I think people are interested just in social connections because we are social creatures and want to have good social life. And good social life is not possible without close friends, right? And therefore I thought that would be the focus of the app, and kind of the underlying thought was that I can tell you this. I come across a research of Harvard University, which is a massive research about adult life. And the result there was that close relationships with friends and family is what makes people happy and helps them live longer lives.
You talk there about friends and family, and I was just thinking about my own experience of living abroad, that my friends have become my surrogate family. So would you agree with that? Is that the case for you as well?
Absolutely, 100%. As I said, my family is abroad. So who do you have? What's it's very important to have a support circle. I need to work on it. Of course, it takes time, and it's 100% they're like surrogate family. Like if, for example, we need to go somewhere and leave our kids with someone, who would that be? That would be our friends. And I think friends can change a lot. Like in my experience, there are a few things that really changed my life, literally. For example, my wife found a job as a doctor here through friends, like a friends of ours. She's also a doctor. She said, like, "Hey, I used to work in this clinic. Great team. It's very close to you. I know the chef, and I can make an introduction for you." I said, "Yeah, sure. Yeah, sounds good." And she did that, and my wife found a job very quickly, and she has been working there for several years, and she's very, very happy. You see what I mean? Like this factor depended on a friend, like, or even the place where we live, it was also recommended by my friend. Said like, well, I know there's a nice place, you want to look there, and so forth. So this can provide huge impact. Just one friend can change your life.
So tell me, what can technology and the app offer that making friends the traditional way can't?
Great question. I've been thinking a lot about it because, of course, the technology helps us in many ways, like save time or save money and so forth. And in the case with the families and friends, I observed a few challenges. Like, as I said, it takes time, a lot of time, to build good connections with others. It may take years, during which you will not be feeling happy, which is a major problem. It's time. Then it's effort, right? Because you need to do something about it, go somewhere, and most people are busy at work and so forth. So that perhaps provides an impact on the time. And then it's not, we're adults, and for us it's less comfortable to make new connections. As for kids, for example, they would say, hey, let's play together, now we are friends, right? For us, there is this burden, like or fear of being rejected. If you happen to meet a family at the playground, for example, and you had a nice chat and everything, and then you say goodbye, see you next time, and then you're like, they're such cool people, and my wife would say, hey, they're really great, like, we need to hang out with them, we should have asked their phone number. And I'm like, but how do I do it? Like, is it like we're saying, hey guys, we enjoy the conversation, we really like you, want to be your friends, can we exchange numbers? It's hard to do. I mean, many people can, but many people don't feel comfortable because of this fear of being rejected. And because someone, especially in Germany, someone could say, I don't give numbers to strangers. So what would you do? You feel very uncomfortable. You will feel very uncomfortable. It's not pleasant. Therefore, it's stopping. It's a burden because, it's not that easy to make this first step. And therefore, with technology, we remove all of these burdens. So in the app, you know that everyone who is there, and we have thousands of families that are using the app in Germany, they are all interested in new connections. That's why they join the app. They want to find like-minded people quickly and easily and save time, because instead of years, you can do it within minutes. By joining the app, we will find a good match for you. You can start chatting with them, arrange a meetup, go somewhere. They will be nearby. And according to the criteria you might have, whether they speak your language, or do you have common interests, hobbies, habits, and so forth. So the technology provides greater precision, so you can find exactly who you're looking for, people who are kind of on the same wavelength with you. And most important, instead of hoping for a lame chance to meet someone occasionally at some point in life somewhere, technology gives you thousands of chances, and right now, because there are thousands of people who have thousands of chances to find who you're looking for.
I think it's a very cool idea. I'm just thinking back to when I first came to Spain, which was about 18 or 19 years ago, and how the effort I had to put in to meet people was huge. So very, very cool idea. Talk a little bit more about the app here. It's not just about meeting the perfect match, though, is it? You also have a board feature, I believe, where families can post events, ask questions, share tips, create a community, if you like, within the app. So can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Sure, great point. Well, after we launched, we gathered a lot of feedback from our users. And one of the biggest findings was that they were sharing that besides this cool feature of meeting other people, there are more needs that they have. For example, they don't have, a lot of people here are new, and they don't have answers to many questions that they have. How do I do this? How do I do that? And we thought, like, what if we create a place where people could get useful local tips in terms of their day-to-day life, family related, like where do I go? What are the activities near me in my city? where it could go as a whole family, what are the various attractions and so forth. Little tips like, where do I buy this? Can someone recommend me a doctor for kids and so forth? So this is one part. And then we also understood that people want to attend events, outdoor activities, and be able to kind of observe other families from the distance, and then make a decision whether they want to exchange numbers, get in touch, and so forth, not just through the app, in real life as well. So, and therefore we're arranging events for families, family friendly. We also have community managers who are gathering all of this useful information. So their job is to gather all of the useful tips in a city, in their city, and share with the users so that they save time as well. So we want to bring this value of saving time not only for meeting new people, but in terms of researching and finding out where to go, what to do, how to do this, how to do that. When we felt like we need to have a managed community with people who are actively doing something versus just hoping that users will create certain content on their own. So this is the aspect that we wanted to add to the app so that we are able to bring even more value for the users. So that's currently our plan and what we are doing.
I love it. For me, it's all about finding your tribe and making life as easy as possible. And
Absolutely.
the app seems to cover both of those.
Yeah, I would just add that it's like a useful community of families nearby where people can also support each other, talk and support or provide help, ask questions, like feel supported. This is just to that point of a support circle that is so needed for many people, especially if they're new in a country.
So if you could give families one or two pieces of advice before moving to Germany, Dzhanger, what would they be?
It's an interesting question. I guess all people have individual situations, but from my own perspective, I think it's very important to make a good research before you move to Germany or to any other country, just to form some expectations, because some things may frustrate you once you move. For example, I was very frustrated that everything is so slow in Germany to have the internet connection. It takes 4 weeks. It's a month's time since you ordered it. So in 1 month, you will only have internet in your house. That's crazy. Or opening a bank account also takes like 3 or 4 weeks, which in many other countries takes just a few hours. And with the internet can be a couple of days. And then it leads to frustration. You think like, oh my God, it's so difficult here and there. I wish I knew that before, so that I'm not that frustrated. So, and I think especially in Nordic countries like Germany, that they're quite bureaucratic. So also you need to understand, to get yourself prepared, that there's going to be bureaucracy. Everything is very slow. Maybe the service in the restaurant is not the best. So it's better to know that up front, to formulate your own expectations so that you feel less stressed once you move. Another point is, as I said, the social life. You know that you're going to go to Germany and you will not have your social circle, you will not have friends. It's going to take you a lot of time. So my suggestion would be, if you're interested, you could create a profile on MatchFamilies and put the location where you want to move to, and say that we're moving like if in a few months to this place. Who wants to get in touch with us, would really be interested? Who wants to support? Is there anyone who can provide tips on local life? We could connect maybe over video connection at first. So let's start building these connections just to make your transition smoother once you arrive, so that you already have someone who can give you a hand. I think it's going to change a lot of things. So that would be my advice. And the app is free, so you're not losing anything.
My final question, Dzhanger, is where is the app available?
It's available worldwide and in 3 languages at the moment. We're working on more languages, but we're a startup. So, and we started in Germany. So we're mostly promoting the app in Germany, where we have several thousand families using it. but our plan is to scale globally. So we have already found our first investors. I think we're in good track to promote the app in other European countries and, of course, the US.
Which are the 3 languages that it's available in?
It's in English, in German, and in Russian. So we're working on Spanish, on adding Spanish as the next language, and maybe Portuguese.
Great. Okay, so I'm going to put at the bottom of the screen your website address, which is www.matchfamilies.com. If anybody wants to find out more about the app, they can take a look there, and they will also find contact details. So that just leaves me to say thank you very much for joining me today.
Thank you very much, Jane, for your invitation. Glad to be here.